How you doing, guys? Tomato Saucin here. It has been a little while since the last video. Just been very, very busy, but let's talk about what's going on at BlizzCon. So, as most of you know, at least I'm entirely sure all of my audience knows, uh, BlizzCon is happening right now out in California. So we've seen some pretty cool announcements from them with regards to the World of Warcraft game IP, essentially. So very cool announcements across all iterations of WoW right now. So they made three very interesting announcements that I want to go over with us with the audience today, right? So we've got Classic Plus, which I think is just a very interesting iteration of Classic. You're going to see mages that can tank, or excuse me, mages that can heal, warlocks and rogues that can tank, ret paladins that can finally do some DPS. So some pretty cool changes. Some very interesting abilities were added to Classic Plus. For example, Warrior is going to have like Raging Blow, Warbringer from retail. Couple other abilities here and there, right? So there's a lot of interesting changes coming to Classic Plus. It'll be being released on November 30th, and it'll be coming out under the Season of Discovery tag, essentially. So it'll be another seasonal type event. Perhaps this is them essentially alpha and beta testing for a true Classic Plus experience, right? It's throwing a bunch of stuff at the wall that would never really jive in the traditional Warcraft universe, and seeing what sticks, right? See what the players engage with, see what they interact with, keep tracking those engagement per hour metrics that I'm sure they're looking at, and yeah, make some decisions for the future. So that's the first little bucket of interesting surprises that was released at BlizzCon. I think something that's very interesting is how soon it's coming out. So we're already in November. Today's November 4th. And they'll be releasing this Season of Discovery on November 30th. So just after the Thanksgiving holiday, gamers will have access to, Classic Plus just in time, for the Christmas holiday. And, a lot of people will be taking off work, I'm sure. So, they'll have some solid engagement in an entirely new game mode. To me, it seems very similar to Project Ascension, kind of like a Project Ascension. No, I'm not going to say a rip, essentially, but pretty close to what they're doing in Project Ascension. I think you'll see some commingled abilities between classes, probably with some new thematics around them, right? So, like, if a Warlock is tanking, I'm sure they'll have some type of iteration of Shield Wall, heavier demon armor, right? So some pretty interesting things coming our way, I think, on November 30th. Now let's pivot over to WoW Classic, right? So, and by WoW Classic, I mean Wrath of the Lich King Classic. They had an awesome announcement for those of you like me who really enjoy Wrath of the Lich King Classic. If you're a viewer on this channel, I'm sure you also enjoy Wrath of the Lich King Classic. So I think some pretty cool stuff is happening here. They're going to release Cataclysm Classic. And me personally, it's the only iteration of World of Warcraft that I've never played. So I've never experienced Cata. I'll definitely be there, probably on a DK or a warrior. As per usual, that's kind of my MO. Maybe we'll see, a little bit of rogue populate in there, or perhaps druid, but definitely on the Death Knight and the Warrior as usual. But yeah, so Cataclysm Classic. I don't think there's a lot that needs to be said here outside of the fact that they are saying it's going to be Cataclysm with some changes. So hashtag some changes, to quote them at BlizzCon. I think that's a great move. They've incorporated some changes to Wrath of the Lich King Classic, and it's gone over very well. I think the WoW token is a very underutilized item in Wrath of the Lich King Classic. I think most people are, going around that and leveraging third-party websites, unfortunately. But there's a very large amount of the population that does not interact with gold buying in any way, shape, or form. So I think that's pretty cool. There's even guilds that just won't take people in now if they are gold buying. And with that excuse me, with the inflated price of items, you can actually get back into Wrath of the Lich King Classic now and make a good amount of gold pretty quickly, especially through professions such as jewel crafting. The new dungeon system, you can essentially farm epic gems and then cut them yourself if you're a jewel crafter and turn around and make a substantial profit on that. So pretty good use of time. If you're looking to be like a legitimate gold farmer here, right? I'm kind of scraping by the skin of my teeth. I'll join a GDKP every now and then, and get a cash injection on a payout for carrying people through it. I just don't have enough time to play any game full time like I was a kid again. But I do enjoy commenting on it. So that's it, right? Second bucket of World of Warcraft, which is classic, which is what I'm logged into right now on the DK. We got the little Kingslayer rolling on this guy. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool that that Cataclysm is coming out. So excited for that. And then finally in retail, right? Modern WoW, our Dragon Riders, as they say. They are coming out. They actually released the next 3 expansions in World of Warcraft. And what I believe we're going to see is probably rapid fire expansions from this point forward. I think they're going to move to an annual expansion model, personally. So you'll see the next expansion come out sometime at the end of 2024. Oh, and to go back, Cataclysm is coming out sometime before August of 2024. So they are staggering their releases pretty well. So if you want to experience all 3 forms of what they're releasing, right, from the Warcraft universe, you would be able to do that, right? You wouldn't feel pressured into playing one iteration over another one as they're staggering the fresh releases. But they did release the next 3 expansions. Some of the names elude me, but they're going to be very Titan and Void themed expansions. I think that's pretty cool. From a lore point of view, it sounds like they're really trying to wrap up the Azeroth storyline, maybe set it up for a WoW 2 in the future. I don't know how somebody that's been playing retail on the same character would feel about parting with that character and its achievements and its mounts and all of the craziness that you've collected over the years. There's a lot of completionists out there that I don't think would be willing to pivot to a WoW 2. But it might be good for some people as well. So I think there's a lot of interesting things happening in retail. The next expansion, they will be incorporating a couple new things. One new thing that sticks out to me is delves, right? So they're essentially going the Path of Exile delve, way. If you played Path of Exile at all, delves are just another form of content. They used it as a seasonal content in PoE. WoW, it's going to be more of an outdoor explorer version of like Mythic Plus or a raid. You can delve with 1 to 5 players. You'll always have a PvE like helper with you, right? So you can think about like potentially a Diablo follower, right? This season it's going to be Brand Bronzebeard. They're the first season that they come out rather in 2024. So it should be interesting. It'll probably get a little bit annoying, right? So if especially for people that are playing Wrath, you got to deal with Bran in the Halls of Stone and Halls of Lightning right now, and you can talk your ear off, right? So I think you're just going to see more of the same with retail. They're bringing in some new systems. I didn't get a good feel for anything that they really launched on BlizzCon outside of they're bringing in another allied race as well. It's going to be a dwarf allied race. It'll be like an earthen dwarf, so similar to Dark Iron, but these guys will have a more earthen thematic because they live underground and they're earthen and you're going to delve and all that. So if you enjoy Mythic Plus, if you enjoy that retail style of raiding, I'm sure the next couple WoW expansions will be good for you. Retail PvP is always in a pretty good place. If you enjoy retail arena or battlegrounds, every now and then I'll log in on a character and knock out a lead or a duelist title and log off. So they're retail's got its place. It's fun. Me personally, because I have such limited time, career, family, etc., I'll probably just casually continue to play right in the middle, Wrath Classic and a Cataclysm Classic. And, really it's the content that you guys engage the most with. I know some of you really like my Warrior and Windwalker barrel content and Death Knight content and retail. But I just don't have time to, lay out content across all forms of the game. Maybe I'll throw a video out here and there. I really would like to get this channel more active, like it was in the early days of Wrath. And I anticipate in December, as my industry kind of tapers down for the holidays, right, I'll be able to put more time into the channel and really get you guys out some cool content videos for ICC, potentially even some more retail tier lists, because I know you guys enjoy that, engage with that type of content. So that's it, guys. Those are the the BlizzCon announcements from Blizzard. We've got Classic Plus in one bucket. We've got Cataclysm Classic in another bucket, and we have 3 new retail expansions. My opinion, coming out rapid fire. An expansion will probably last a year now going forward, and you'll get a completely different storyline, arc, systems, seasonal delve style content additions. And much like Path of Exile, I don't think you're going to see them pivot away from any new content, right? So how they added Mythic Plus and Legion, and it's been here forever. They're going to add delves in the next expansion, which is called the War Within the World, I believe. And then the delves will be available forever, right, for those outdoor adventure style gamers. So I think they're going to focus more on adding systems and seasonal items that persist with the life of the game, outside, rather than removing things like Legion artifacts, BFA Azerite power, Shadowlands. Well, they didn't remove everything from Shadowlands, but they did remove a good amount of the Covenant ability. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much. If you made it this far, I'd really appreciate it if you dropped a like on the video, subscribe, share it with your friends if you thought my takes were engaging at all. We are trying to keep life in this channel, and I'm very surprised that even with me being able to deliver limited content in the last couple months, that the channel is still growing. So I truly appreciate all of you for watching and engaging. So thank you so much, guys. Have a good day. Have a good month. Or excuse me, have a good day. Have a good week. Have a good month. Have a good year. My signature, right? I couldn't even remember it because it's been so long. Tomato sauce and absolutely out. 3 new versions of WoW absolutely in. Take it easy, guys.